Hi everyone, this is Cody Smith. Welcome to my channel, Cody Smith, Pure Sport with Christ. Today is going to be about chapter 5 of my book, The World of Disability, which is about what does it mean to be human? What are the characteristics that define us as human beings? And according to an article in Psychology Today called The 10 Universal Traits of Human Beings, which I will leave in the description of this video, there are several different traits such as belonging. We are all social beings, meaning we rely on meaningful relationships. This is a trait that is part of human existence, is also prevalent in the disability community because we want social relationships, we want to interact with people, we want to make friends and everything. And also, another one is community. Likewise, we have a longing to be part of a community. And in terms of those of us with disabilities, since history has shown that we have been ostracized and pushed away from the greater human community and society, we've been forced to create our own community separate from and possibly within society itself because as history shows, we've been, treated unfairly. We've been kind of pushed to the side and in the shadows, and in some cases hidden away just because society didn't understand what was really going on with our disabilities themselves. And another one is creativity. All humans share the drive to use their imaginations to make something, which is exactly the same with those of us with disabilities. We have to, create our own methods of doing things because we have to factor in, okay, I have this disability. How is this disability restraining me and keeping me from doing this activity that I want to do that people typically do every day? And I have to come up with my own method of doing it in a way that works for me and things like that. And another one is curiosity. We are inquisitive organisms, part survival device, part neurological, because we want to figure out what makes things tick, and we want to figure out, how does this thing work? How does the world work? Studying the world, studying our own disabilities in our case. What is this doing to me, and how is it doing to me, and how do I overcome it? Like, what can I do about it? And same thing, we want family, we want kinship, we want to bond with other people, whether that be blood relatives, whether that be, we want to get into romantic relationships, get married, have children, we want to do those things and we want to try and at least be offered the opportunity, at least be given that same opportunity, just as much opportunity as everyone else, because it's biologically wired in every human being, including those of us with disabilities, to want that and to need that so that we can, you know, be happy and, of course, you know, we can, bond with others. And of course, there's also love. There's, we want love. We want to be accepted. We want to be treated as equals. And we want to not only show affection, but be shown affection and those sorts of things. And, despite our disabilities, because our disabilities, as I've said before, are just a circumstance that we had no control over or say in, and that should not affect, if we have love to give and we, want to build a family and be part of a family, our disability should not be the thing that's, keeping us out of it, because that's not our fault. And another one is memory. Those of us with disabilities, some people with disabilities, maybe their disabilities affect their memory, but, we all have different ways of preserving our memories, and we want to preserve our memories because we want to be able to communicate, and we want to be able to share, like, I was here, I did this, this happened to me, and, be able to share with other people, whether it be now or it be years down the road, even after we die. We want to be able to share those memories and share what we've learned. And that's one of the reasons why I'm writing this book and doing these videos, because I want to, at least in my case, tell you my life experience and give you one true example of what having a disability is like, even though, again, I can't speak for everyone, I can only speak for myself. I just want to give you one example and tell you nothing but the truth based on, my own experience and what I've been through. And another one is purpose. Each of us is here for a reason. Granted, we may not know exactly what that reason is, but we're here and there must be a reason behind it. So, you know, if an intelligent mind created us and wanted us here, there must have been a reason why. So we all have to have purpose, and if we have disabilities, there must be a reason why that happened, and there must be a reason, you know, for us to have it, and there's got to be something that's going to come out of it that's going to be good, that's going to serve, if not us personally, society at large, and future generations. And I don't know this for a fact, but it could be I have my disability so that I could learn firsthand what it's like to have one and write things like this book and do these videos and show this to greater society. I don't know, but maybe it was. So, and another one, of course, is storytelling, and that's what I'm doing with this book. I'm telling you my story so that you can see firsthand through my eyes what it's like to have a disability and what I've been through, and see, disability or not, I personally am no different than anyone else. I may have different experiences and I may deal with them in slightly different ways based on the experience, and creating my own methods to work around what's hindering me, but I'm still doing everything that a human would do, and that's what I'm doing. And the last one is voice, speaking up and communicating to everyone my needs and wants, and working with other people so that my opinions are known, my experiences are known, and everyone realizes what I've been through, and we can, you know, voice our experiences, and hopefully we can build a bond between those of us. Like, maybe we both shared this experience, even though we handled it in different ways based on, you know, our circumstances, but we still went through the same experience. And that is another thing, because everyone communicates differently depending on, learning style, their specific disabilities, how it's, affecting them, whatever it may be, but we're all doing these same things just in our own way that works best for us. So we're all fully human, disabled or not. We're just doing what works best for each of us. And that's no different than anybody else, disabled or not, because everyone has, their own methods that work best for them. They have their own free will, they make their own choices and everything else. And that is what I'm really getting at with this. And I'll leave the link to this article in the description of this video. And that's what I want people to know, because our disabilities are our circumstances, and we have to make do with what we've been given. We have to work around how they're holding us back, and we have to figure out our own ways of doing things and fulfilling these different characteristics. And unfortunately, society has, kind of put us to the side and considered us as other. Another thing this article mentions is otherness, where, it's an us versus them situation. And that's why I advocate, and that's why many people advocate, because we're trying to show we're exactly the same, we're fully human, and therefore we deserve to be treated just like everyone else, even though we may do things slightly differently based on these differing circumstances. But that's it. And I don't mean to sit here and rant and rave, but I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, because I want to use the comments to engage in conversation with my audience. Again, thanks everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Bye, everyone.